All right, hey everyone. So I'm John Gary. I'm teaching the Survey of Chemistry 1151, CRN number 51507. This is the lecture introduction video. So here I'm just going to kind of walk you through what you should be looking for when you first come into this class and this the online program. And so we'll kind of go through the syllabus a little bit and then talk about how this course is going to go and what to expect as far as assignments, grades, exams, etc. So first off, you want to go to Cougar View. This is Cougar View, and you can find this by logging into Columbus State University right here, my CSU. And then once you do that, you'll come to this page with your email and Cougar View. You'll click on this on the left, and it'll bring you up to a home page like this. And then once you get there, you can go to this little kind of checkerboard up here and click on that. It'll open up some other tabs, and you want to go to Survey of Chemistry 1, and then for a lot of you, you have Survey of Chemistry Lab as well. Okay, so when you first click on Survey of Chemistry for the lecture portion, you'll have the announcements page here. And so I'll kind of communicate big things with the whole class here. So check here periodically and just make sure that there's no new announcements or I didn't change something or add a message. I like to put little videos here to say, hey, everybody's not finishing up their assignments or the midterm is found here, blah, blah, blah. So just keep checking in here for announcements. Now, where you want to get started at, you want to click on content up here on the little tabs. You'll have content, my media, assessments. Mostly all we're going to do is use content and assessments, okay? The course home will get you back here to this announcements page. So for content, I've already loaded the first half up until the midterm exam. So you can kind of work at your own pace in this course. I'm going to, I removed all of the due dates. So the due dates are essentially just the end of the class, like June 16th or something like that. So just you don't want to fall too far behind. I'd like to see all these completed before the midterm because the midterm test on these 4 chapters, okay? Um, the exam will be taken online as well, and you'll be able to find that up here in assessments and then quizzes, okay? There's nothing, there shouldn't be anything here yet, but as we get closer to the midterm exam, you'll have a practice exam, which will count as bonus points, and then you'll have your midterm exam. We'll also do the final here as well, and you'll have a practice exam to get some bonus points for that also. Okay. Now, as for coursework, where am I going to do my coursework? So you're going to go here to getting started. This is the introduction video, so it'll be right here in this link. Here is your syllabus, which we're about to go to, and then here is a link to Alex. Alex is the online learning program that we're going to be using to do all of our assignments, okay? So just real quickly, I'll kind of click on it and show you what it looks like. You'll have, you got your login here, and I'll go ahead and do that. Once you get signed up and log in, and we'll go over those instructions here shortly, you're going to click on, you should only have one course after you register, and it'll bring you to a page, maybe something like this, or perhaps this. Okay, and you'll have a tutorial and it'll show you how to use the program. You also will take a introduction quiz. Let me skip this. Now you don't want to necessarily skip this because you want to kind of learn how to use the program. Here's another tutorial showing you how to type in certain things, and it'll show you uh, chemistry will use certain annotations. So like a subscript or a superscript, numbers that are above the text or numbers that are below the text. So you can kind of walk through this tutorial and it'll show you how to use the different features of this program. Okay? And so the first thing you're going to do is an initial knowledge check, and this will just kind of test where you're at with your math skills and what do you know about chemistry coming into the course. If you do well on this, you can actually get some credit where you might not have to do some objectives later on. So try to do as well as you can. If you don't know something, don't worry about it. Just kind of skip over it, all right? Or at least, just take a guess. Alright, so I am not going to start the knowledge check. I just wanted to show you this is Alex. This is where you go to complete assignments. So once you get in there, let me see if I can actually skip it. Skip knowledge check. I'm going to say little knowledge, like I'm a student taking the course. Okay, so now I'm in the program and I'm looking at, this is called the pie. All right, the pie will fill up as you complete more and more assignments. Your goal is to get 100% of this complete. All right, so you'll have a little tab here. It says start my path. Now before I go there, and you have an assignments list, and it'll only let you do one at a time. So these are the current. Let me see, view upcoming. So see, after I finish 1A, it'll let me move on to 1B, and then to 2A, 2B, so on and so forth. But all of the assignments are here, and you can kind of work at your own pace, okay? Now this is the summer semester, so it's very short. The midterm is about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks or so. So you want to get all of this completed as quickly as possible. I've reduced the workload a little bit from the spring semester, but it is still a good chunk of material that you have to cover. Okay, so let's check out a couple other things in Alex real quick. So the textbook, when you actually purchase the program, it'll give you access to an ebook, and it'll give you the option here to order a printed version. Okay, for some of you that don't like computer text, you can definitely order a printed version. It might cost you a little more, but when you buy this program, you actually buy access to the ebook and to Alex, which is the online learning program. Okay, so it's really mandated. You have to have both of them. It won't let you get one without the other, I'm pretty sure. Okay, but it's good because when you click on ebook, I might have to open this up in another window just a second. Um, Let me open this up, and you won't be able to see me no more, but okay, so this is the text. You can, let me make sure I didn't lose you. Oh, I did lose you. Just a second. I'll fix it. Alright, so here's the text, and you can go over here and click on this little contents tab, and it'll open up everything from the whole text. So we're starting in chapter 1. There is an initial section that kind of goes over math and stuff. Let me see if that's here. That might just be in our Cougar View. I think that's in Cougar View. So we'll go back there in just a second. And I'll kind of talk about that. But before I go there, I just wanted to show you the text and talk about Alex and how the kind of online program is going to work. Okay, so you have roughly 10 assignments here throughout the semester. The first 5 are before the midterm, the next 5 are after the midterm. So you want to kind of stay on top of it. A good rule of thumb is to knock out one every 2 days. You want to try to stay on this, okay? And then that'll give you time to kind of review for the midterm and get ready for the exam, and maybe even get ahead so that you're not scrambling at the end of the course. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to Cougar View and kind of finish going over the syllabus and everything. So that right there was the link to Alex. I got through Cougar View here. This is under the Getting Started tab, and you're watching the introduction video. Just try to touch base on where we're at. So let me look over the syllabus real quick and talk about a couple of things there. If it ever loads. Yeah, so as we get closer to the midterm, I'll make some more announcements about that and everything. And if you have any questions, obviously you can always email me and I'll get back in touch with you as soon as possible. So this just kind of goes over the what you might need for Alex. For those of you taking Survey of Chemistry 2 this summer, we will also use the Alex program. Now, for lab, it's a little different. So if you're in the lab, you need to watch that introduction video, and I'll talk about the programs that are needed for that. All right. But for lecture, all that you'll need is Alex and a combo with the text and Alex 360 is what they call the online program. All right. And so just to kind of go over grading, here is the class code for Alex. All right, and I'll probably copy and paste this in your Cougar View. So that you can find it a little easier. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean for that to take too long. All right, so back to the syllabus, and this is really just your standard stuff. As you'll see here, so the midterm exam is June the 3rd through June the 5th. I usually open it up for a few days because everybody has crazy schedules for summer courses or for online courses, and we have both. So I'm going to open that up for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. I think that's a Friday through a Sunday. So if you work weekends, you can do it on a Friday. If you work Monday through Friday, you can do it on the weekends. And then the final exam is scheduled for June the 18th through the 20th. Same deal. I'll open up for a few days, probably a Friday through a Sunday, or uh, just give you enough time to be able to come in there and take it when you get a chance. Okay? And then just standard learning objectives that we have for Survey of Chemistry 1, and then a couple of disclaimers and policies, academic dishonesty statement, different policies for Columbus State University. So all that is available to you if you need it. Like I said, no due dates. All of your grades you can kind of follow here in Alex. Okay, they'll be posted there. You see, I already have a 45 on Chapter 1A. I was kind of messing around doing some stuff there. Um, Typically, as I said, if you do good on the initial knowledge check, it can give you some credit towards uh, the first few chapters. Okay, so try to do your best on that. And then let me just kind of go back to Cougar View and make sure that I've covered everything. I'm gonna go back to getting started. Let's talk about content. So when you come into each chapter, you get ready to start on your Alex. Now I've noticed some of you have already started working on it, so I post lecture videos here under your content. So for chapters 1.1 through 1.4, which is essentially chapter 1A, you click on here, it'll take you to a YouTube link.
I chose Augusta University for nursing because a lot of my friends, they are nursing majors.
Sorry about that. All right, hello everyone. And then you'll be at the first uh, chapter lecture. Okay, so all of my lectures I kind of post through YouTube because I figure everybody has access to YouTube or has watched it, so there shouldn't be any problem with your multimedia player. If you do have any problems with Cougar View or Alex, then it probably has something to do with the type of browser you're using. From what I understand, Chrome works well, Firefox, um, tablets, and iPhones don't tend, the iOS doesn't tend to be as compatible with some of these questions or some of these programs. So you're going to want to have a real computer of some sort, access to a real computer, especially when you get to taking the midterm or something like that, okay? Because some of this stuff is not compatible and you don't want it to cost you. If you can't access Alex, it'll just tell you, hey, you can't access it, and then you know, okay, I got to go to a different browser or I got to go to another computer. If you can't access the midterm and it's Sunday at 10 o'clock, then it's already too late. So you want to kind of figure that out, and that's why I post a practice exam so you can kind of figure all that out before you actually take the real exam. All right. Um, okay, after the lectures, you'll see other videos, and each one of these videos are different YouTube videos, different people that I like the way they teach a certain subject. So I cover everything that you'll need to know in my lectures, but if you want to do more or look more into a certain topic or get it explained in a different way, see example problems, that's where all these other links come in. And so every chapter I'll have a number of links on each topic that we cover, and then that way you have another source, another resource that you can use to learn the material. Okay, so you're going to have a plethora of resources. You got me, my lectures. You can email me. We can do meetings, or essentially they're like my office hours. I'll set up a Google Meet, and then we have all of these supplemental videos with different people on YouTube teaching the same topics, maybe in a different way, maybe using illustrations or something like that. So I try to use everything that I can to help get the material across. All right. And as I said, you got the midterm review here. I've only posted up until the midterm. As we get closer to the midterm, I'll start posting things, chapter 5 and so on. I'll also make more announcements. So, as I said, be sure to check back on the home page and make sure there's no new announcements. Um, and I've provided my email so you can contact me whenever you have any questions. Okay? So, as I said, you kind of work at your own pace. Don't fall behind, right? And don't get to the last minute and think you're going to get all of this done right before the midterm exam, because it probably won't happen. Um, and then you'll be trying to ask if you can get partial credit and everything. Let's just try to stay ahead of it. The summer moves really fast, so you've got to stay on top of it and try to work ahead. Try to be ahead of pace, right? Go ahead, and I'd like you to finish, everything from this section, chapters 1 through 4, by the middle of next week. That way you can start asking, sending questions to me, figuring out what you don't know, reviewing your Alex assignments. After you complete the assignments, it'll give you a chance to go review and test yourself and maybe even build up some more points that you didn't get the first time through. So you got a lot of work, and I'm here all the time, or at least I'll have something with me that I can respond and get back to you. I like to see a picture, so if you're working a problem in particular, include a screenshot. Just screenshot whatever problem is you're working on, send it to me with the question, and that way I have kind of an idea of what you're working on, and I don't have to go back in, dig in, and say, well, which problem is she talking about, right? So, um, I think that's it for now. So just email me if you have any questions, and everybody go ahead and get started, and I will see y'all next time. All right.